I thought, which team will we be in? Are we North or South? I don't know. Maybe you know better than me. But yeah, that was the talk in our training ground. Which team would we be part of? And then obviously it's like who's going to get in, and all that conversation goes on. But I personally think there's enough games that we play, and with our scheduling has become in our domestic league with the after effects of COVID and World Cups in the middle of the season, etc. There's enough football to be focused on. And yeah, you agree with most of what's been said in terms of how sad it is in terms of the family and the mourning that's obviously going to take place. And but at the same time, there seems to be a bit of celebration in terms of who she was and what she stood for. And I think there's been a lot of nice reflection in how much impact she had on people and how many people she touched through her reign. So like most people have said, extremely sad, but at the same time, a great time to reflect nicely on a lot of the good things that she did during her reign. Yeah, and Nottingham Forest will want to show the right respects, and in our game tomorrow night against Fulham, and we're a classy club, and we want to show a good good version of ourselves. But yeah, very sad for the country, and a lot of coming together. But no one said this Premier League was going to be easy, and that's proven so. Even in the first few games that we've played, so we're under no illusions that it is an extreme level that you're playing at, and you can get punished when you drop your levels and make mistakes, and that's what we did in that second half. And it was probably a little bit of maybe where the team is at in terms of some really good signs of the first half, and 2-0 lead and completely controlling the game and playing good football, and then obviously the opposite in the second half of the team is the bits obviously where we got to grow and become a team. And I don't just mean how we play, but the togetherness, the spirit, the support for each other. So loads of good learnings. It was obviously disappointing, and like I said, that was self-inflicted. But you have to get on with it. You have to dust yourselves off. You have to continue to believe in what you do. And like I said, we're really looking forward now to the game in Fulham. Feels like an age since we last played, and we'll be ready for it. Yeah, well, it'll be difficult because it's the Premier League, and as I said, it's every game is difficult. It's use that word again. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and Fulham were excellent last year in the Championship and comfortably, won the league and deserved it as well. So they have that continuation, that momentum of what they did, and there's a lot to be said for that, as we know, and yeah, it's going to be tough. They obviously have, Mitrovic, who was brilliant last year and has continued it into the Premier League this year. So we have to be mindful of all of these threats that they have. And but at the same time, we you're right. We've lost some games on the bounce, and that's never good. But we've also done some good things, and we personally think that if we'd managed certain situations better, the second half of Bournemouth is the obvious example, that we'd be on a lot more points than what we have now. So we have to take a lot of confidence from that, and a lot of reassurance that we are improving, we are getting better, and we have to believe that we'll continue to do that, and there's no better way than playing games. So at home, under the lights, Friday night football will be a brilliant atmosphere here again, and we've got to make the most of it. Well, yeah. Obviously, you try and analyse, and you try and recognise what are his strengths, and maybe what's the best way of keeping him quiet. And the reality is, you come up against good strikers, if you like, as we're talking about strikers at the moment in most of the games that you played. In the last few games we've played against Haaland and Kane, and obviously Solanke as well. So you always come up against a really good striker. Yeah, Mitrovic has obviously, as I said before, carried on with his form from last season, but we've got to make sure that we respect that, recognise it, but at the same time back ourselves to get the right plan and to deal with it. Well, that's great for him, because I know how important it is for him to play for England. in terms of his personal objectives. So I'm really pleased that he's given the opportunity to meet up again, and I think he deserves it. I think he's been excellent for us, and obviously we're lucky that we see him on a daily basis, and you guys only see him on a match day. But he's really committed to his work here and what we're trying to do at the club, and he's a hard worker, he's professional. He's obviously a really talented goalkeeper, but that only goes so far. If you're willing to work hard and have the mentality of wanting to improve, then that's when the talent can really show. So really pleased for him. He deserves the call up again, but he has to make sure he plays well tomorrow night, and that's where my message will be to him is keep striving to improve, keep striving to get better. Be obsessed with keeping clean sheets and making saves and distributing the ball well. And if he does that, he'll continue to improve his already good form. But we love having Dean here. Really enjoy working with him, competitive soul that he is. And we've got to push him to improve even more. Yeah, it's close. He's actually in and around now, the training ground. So obviously he's not available to play on the weekend because we've only just seen him. But it's close now to being available. So it took a little bit longer than maybe we would have hoped in terms of the visa and availability from that. But we're nearly there. Well, obviously he's quite a versatile player in terms of playing right back, wing back, and even right centre back. He has Premier League and big game experience, both on international stage as well as the domestic stage. So we talked. It wouldn't be a press conference without talking about a new sign. I thought we left that alone. I've just keep saying the same thing I've done for the last few months. With Serge, obviously it gives competition as well for them positions that I just said about, because we did need an extra body in certain positions. So obviously it's been unique what we've done this summer in terms of the amount of signings and the pros and cons of that are obvious. But we're embracing it. We're enjoying the challenge, and as always, trying to get ready for the next game.